First of all, thank you, Chairman Harrison. Can we give a round of applause to Jamie? Thank you. Thank you. Who's ready to take the fight to the Republicans and win this thing? Are you guys ready to fight? It's been a long day, but guess what? We have a long road ahead. Let's go and kick some ass. Let's go win our young people back, and let's stop sending just our thoughts and prayers to address gun violence and do something. Are you ready to do that? Because together, we can make school shooter drills history and not headlines. Are you ready to do that? Together, we can address the housing crisis and so many other issues of our time that are affecting our young people. Because tonight, Malcolm and I won with your support. Thank you so much. You guys rock, and thank you again to Jamie. Thank you to Justin. Give a round of applause to Justin Pearson. And all my friends in the young Dems, the college Dems, the high school Dems. I love you guys so much. I could go on and on. Let's go party.
Okay, folks, we're not done yet. We're almost there.
Electing David Hogg as the vice chair of the DNC is the greatest gift that conservatives could ever ask for. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms for NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. If you like channel, like content, what I do here, you can support me with the link. Everything is appreciated. And once again, comments on gun-related channels can be removed without notice. We're under scrutiny. Just realize that could be a problem. If I remove your comment, I will tell you that I did so. And just a little side note, I've been talking about this for a long time and finally has come to fruition. As you can see, I am wearing one of my new gear that represents my channel. You can see the little logo right here. You can see the image here behind me of the setup. I will make a separate video on the pieces that I have and how they can be ordered. And I hope you will support me, but let's talk about this. Now, the DNC did their whole leadership caucus where they were discussing who was going to lead their party and be the face of the party. And the people that they picked showed one thing, that the Democrats have learned absolutely nothing from the November election. But the one person I obviously want to focus on is anti-gun grabber David Hogg, who, in my opinion, is nothing more than a grifter who has used the deaths of his classmates as a means to ingratiate himself. If you remember, after that event, he told two different stories about where he was that day.
I was in my environmental science class when the first gunshot echoed through the hallways. We never had an active shooter drill at my school, and though we did talk about what to do in this type of situation, nothing could have prepared us for this.
Several months later.
On the day of the shooting, I got my camera and got on my bike and rode as fast as I could 3 miles from my house to the school to get as much video and get as many interviews as I could, because I knew that this could not be another mass shooting.
And then went on to go to Harvard on the lowest SAT score that Harvard had allowed for someone to go to their institution. Now he has moved on and he's continuing his grift. And let me give you a little video here of his speech as he was putting himself in to be a nominee to be part of the DNC head.
How are we doing, fellow Democrats? Are you ready to get back to winning? That's not loud enough. Are you ready to get back to winning? Because I'm ready to fight for you. After Parkland, our country was in a similar moment where we had a Republican trifecta in Washington. And we, as students, were told it wasn't going to be possible for us to create change. By many of the same pollsters, pundits, and consultants I've heard you all complain about with me on the phone with several hundred times. But guess what? We didn't listen to them, and that's why we won. In a Republican state, we said we are going to take on the NRA, and guess what? We won! We raised the age to buy a gun in Florida to 21 and passed a red flag law that's been used over 19,000 times. A law that has been so popular, not even Ron DeSantis has been able to repeal it. We got Republicans on the defense because we went on the offense. Yeah. Are you ready to go on the offense? Yeah. Are you ready to go on the offense? Yeah. We have to win back our young people. I am the only candidate in this race for any of these positions that is under 30. We had a 20-point shift to the right of our young people. We must show our young people we give a damn about them, that we support them, and we invest in them. I have raised over $11 million in the past year to support the future of our party, because I don't just tweet, I don't just talk the talk, I also walk the walk and I knock the knock in doors across the country, but I'm counting on you in this moment right now. I need your support. Please vote for me. Thank you so much.
Once again, he's just pretty much highlighting his grift stance. He is a charlatan and just probably one of the most disgusting human beings that I have personally ever had to witness. As I said before, he has used the deaths of his classmates to ingratiate himself, to make himself a figure in the Democrat Party. But his being there as part of the vice chair just shows that Democrats are lost. They have no leadership. But we know what David Hogg is about. He has been given a very powerful position within a political party, which we know that he's going to use to push once again his idiocy, as former posts of his have now come to light. They're being recirculated, proving that he is nothing more than radical. He called for defunding police, abolishing ICE, putting 100% tax on a person when they make their first billion. This guy is so out of touch. But then again, the Democrat Party in general, since the election, have been completely out of touch with what the majority of Americans want. The people spoke, and spoke loudly in November, and the Democrats continue down this path of stupidity, and they just can't help themselves. As we see them railing against Doge, who is exposing the fact that billions of dollars of taxpayers' money is being wasted on things that have no value to the American people, but they're railing against it. But we, once again, we can laugh about this because this is hysterical to me. And this fact that they put this fool in this position. But we must realize that he is in the position and he is incredibly dangerous.
The House Judiciary Committee has voted to advance a bill that would ban certain automatic weapons, The ban does not apply to current gun owners, though. The bill would mandate background checks and also prohibit the transfer of high-capacity magazines. The vote follows a series of mass shootings, including the one in Parkland. The committee reportedly listened to audio of the shooting at MSD, along with shots being fired. Parkland survivor David Hogg, he attended that hearing, but was removed after this outburst.
Reiterating the points of mass shooters in your manifesto. The shooter at my high school, anti-Semitic, anti-black, and racist. The shooter in El Paso described it as an invasion. Guess what? Those guns are coming from the United States of America. They aren't coming from Mexico. They are not coming from Mexico. You are reiterating the points of a mass shooter, sir. Sir, you are perpetuating this violence.
Because remember, we will not have a majority. The pendulum always swings back and forth in politics. And at some point, we are going to have another Democrat majority. And you've got this guy in a position to influence gun positions and bans that he is always claims he wants. When in reality, I think he's just virtue signaling for the sake of himself. Then again, this could also completely backfire because the Democrats have gone so far left that even the moderate Democrats are starting to say, you're out of control. They put him in his position claiming that, as you heard in his speech, that there was a 20-point shift in young voters to Republicans. And this is the face of the person who's supposedly going to bring that shift back to Democrats. If that's their plan, I can tell you that the Republicans have that demographic tied up for probably a good decade, because this guy has no credibility. But, you know, there are always radicals who will always flood to other radicals. So it's no surprise that the Democrats put this person in charge. But we have to realize his positions on the Second Amendment and gun ownership are very clearly laid out, and we should pay attention to what he's doing. Remember, we do have a midterm coming up in 2026, and we have got to step up because the Democrats are already fear-mongering their way through this to get the majority again in the House and Senate. We need to expand our majority, that very slim majority that we have now. But to sum it up, I think this is a joke that they put this fool in this position. He could end up being nothing more than a gift to the Republicans in general. But we shall see. But be vigilant. If you remember this post, and this was back in April of 2022, he said, "How radical, you ask? I don't think anybody should have over $1 billion in assets. There should be 100% tax after your first billion. I think we need to do what Australia did in regards to guns. We need universal healthcare, free college, and legalize all drugs." There are states, I believe Washington State is one, that legalized all drugs, and now they're having a massive, massive problem. Basically, people being degenerates on the street. But this fool wants to legalize all drugs across the country while at the same time disarming law-abiding citizens. That is a recipe for disaster. But it does encapsulate overall that the Democrats do not have any leadership, and they are floundering badly. As a matter of fact, they had a poll, a CNN poll, that shows that the Democrats have a 57% unapproval rating. That's devastating, coming from CNN, who you know would probably poll people that would give a favorable answer, and yet they still got a negative result. But here we are, and the next 4 years are going to be very interesting. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.